Here we go. This is a video for Lindsey Meshburger, my ex-attorney, who's absolutely thrown a bone, and it was me. Conflict of interest. How did you feel the day that your teacher called you up and said, hey, you want to tag team this guy? We're going to tear him apart. She threw you a bone, and it was me. How did I taste? How was that? Was that fast money? What did you do with that money? You go blow it on a car for your kid or something like that? Or did you do an expansion on your house? I should have got my kid back, and your client should have went to jail. How did that feel when Maureen Shafalo didn't question your client like she should have? Asked her about her suicidal tendencies. Suicide by cop. She tried to kill herself in my house. I had to kick in the door and dial 911 for her. Now let's not forget about her violent record, okay? Her and her boyfriend Scott, this woman cut her own arms because she beat him up twice. And I have all the texts. All the texts were in my phone. For 2 hours, I told Liz Alpert, all of the details, all the evidence I had. I had 2 cell phones that would have put your client behind bars for even trying to say that I was addicted to rape, violence, and torture. And I was tackling her and strangling her while she's holding my kid. And she's locked in the bedroom for 2 weeks at a time. She didn't have a job. She didn't have no money. How did she go to school? How was she at SETI, Culinary of Arts? That woman had a car the whole time. Did you not know that? I had text and a phone the very first day she got that car. She had that car every day. Now look at this. How did it feel when after your client signed this mediation agreement, same one I did, how did you feel when she had 3 dirty drug tests, 2 for THC, and a 3rd one that Maureen didn't even want to know what it was? Maureen lied to me. She told me that is not what her methadone doctor in Oregon said. How did you feel when Maureen covered that up for you and your client? I should have got my kid back right then. Here's what it says. In the event that the mother has a positive screening for any substance other than something she is prescribed, I guess the methadone wasn't good enough in the alcohol that she's been drinking, and she had a failure to appear. How does that happen? Start doing drugs and you failure to appear for court and she still gets her kid? It says, in the event that she has a positive drug test for something that she is not prescribed, it shall constitute a basis for the child to be temporarily placed with the father until such time the problem with the mother can be addressed by the courts. You got thrown a bone. Here, pause it. Pause it. Look at this. There's my signature. There's my initials. You got thrown a bone. All right. And that's disgusting. I think you're a part of this whole thing. Liz Albert, I've already been on her porch. Yeah, the vice mayor, I'm not afraid of her. And I told her to her face. I've actually tried to file motions on that woman. She is running, hiding, and scared. Maureen Shafalo, I tried to call her 4 times so I could drop off my evidence against her. She never called me back once. I bet you she would have called me back if I had a girlfriend of mine call up and act like she was a battered woman, right? Oh my God, I need your help. Then she would have called me right back. But she knew who I was. She don't want to have nothing to do with me. And let me tell you something. You did me dirty too. I think that you have a moral obligation to say, whoa, Maureen, this guy's getting screwed. This kid should not go with this woman. 3 times tried to kill herself. Beating up a security guard at Bell's department store. Who does that? And then now look at my kid's teeth. I got motions right now. 4 months they've been out now. Better be felony neglect. Look what you did. Look at the client that you helped out. How is that money? Was that money worth it? Huh? Was that money worth it? You know, Maureen Shafalo was your teacher, and she told me, oh, David, don't worry. I was her teacher. She was my student. And I didn't teach her all of my stuff. Well, apparently, you absolutely flew over her, right? I had all the evidence in the world. I should have got my son back. My ex should have went to prison right along with her mother. What about her mother's violent record? Her mother beat up her husband over 65. Lost her nursing license. What about that? You gave you helped 2 women with criminal charges where I have 0 charges. Zero assault and battery. I'm almost twice as old as Carla. And she has on an assortment of stuff. Burglaries. She had 4 charges from the boys club. She broke into a locker, a gym bag, into a car. She got the keys out of a locker. She's prying lockers open. And in the mediation agreement, or in the transcript, where Maureen is supposedly grilling her, she said, oh, I didn't do it. Carla's such a liar, and you knew it. You absolutely knew that I was getting the wrong end of the deal, and I should have got the good end of the deal. 100%. My ex should have went to prison, and I don't want to go down on Main Street and protest, but I tried to today. It was too windy for my big sign. You see my signs? Yeah. I've already been to DCF. I got a bullhorn, and I'm pissed. And you know it. You know I have every right to be absolutely pissed. Maureen Spolo co-authored a book on how to best defend a battered woman. Isn't that right? You're right up that alley, right? I think that you lawyers, it should be 2-year statute of limitations. Did you guys get together and put that one through too to get you guys off the hook? You know, I was taken advantage of. My lawyers didn't tell me nothing about her violent history. I showed them all the evidence that I had on the phones. If I'd had access to a computer like you folks, I would have annihilated her. She would have went to prison. How does that feel? How does that feel? Knowing that this woman that you helped out, look at that disgusting assault and battery, over 65. She beat up an old man because she was drunk. The CIA guy, look at this. Here's your client. 17 arrests in 10 years before she moved into my house. I had none. There's your teacher. There's Miss Alpert. They're both liars. Miss Albert told me, David, you're disabled. How are you going to pay for the transcript? Because she knew that she was lying, and I heard what I heard. My ex had 3 dirty drug tests, and I should have got my kid back. You're a liar. You're a liar. And just let me tell you what. They sabotaged my case, and you know it, Lindsey Meshburger. You sure do know it. I bet you women went out to lunch and celebrated, didn't you, after screwing me over, huh? Yeah, you sure did. Oh, how did she get away with this? 5 weeks in a NICU? She relapsed. She relapsed 2 times that I have on my cell phone with my baby Dylan in her belly. You know, she should not have got that kid. There was 0 fighting for my case. My ex should have went to prison that day. If they had, was there one, how many 911 phone calls were there, huh? This woman is over here. She's saying that I'm addicted to rape, violence, and torture. I'm strangling her. I'm choking her while she's holding my kid on Mother's Day. I mean, an absolute terrible guy. How many 911 calls were there, huh? Were you guys shocked to see that there was none? And what about her mother, a nurse? Her mother, the nurse isn't going to come protect her? What about Mr. Big Bad CIA right here? Big Sexy. He's not going to go run and protect her? Oh my God. 100% suicidal, violent history. Oh, and she was a drunk driver too. Okay, suicide by cop. Who does that? Calls a freaking, and you know what? And she is trying to deny that she did suicide by cop. I have a freaking police report with her freaking name on it. And let me tell you something else. She's also trying to deny that she said that I was going to hunt her down and kill her. She forgot all about what she said. She was denying it. I was telling her I was going to show her the transcript where she said it. That's how big of a liar she is. You guys messed up so bad by giving my kid to this woman, and you know it. This is going to be a stain on your soul. This is going to be a huge stain on your soul. And I swear to God, I hope there is karma. I hope. Let me tell you something. If this was your son, Maurice Follow, you would have done a good job. I would have came out cream and sugar. Liz Albert, you said that you had to go to your daughter's wedding and do the color arrangement for the flowers. That's why you told me after I told you, do not change attorneys on me. And then you threw me to her. And then the very same day, now this is kind of weird, right? No, it's very weird. The very same day, there was a big attorney switch. Liz threw me to Maureen, and Carla's attorney threw you to her. And now all of a sudden, you guys moved in a teacher and a student duet, a duo, to come tag team me, huh? Isn't that right? Oh, yeah. What a sham. What an absolute farce. You people are freaking amazing. You disgust me. I swear on my life. You disgust me. At first, I thought, you know what? You were just throwing a bone. You know what I mean? Lindsey, you were just throwing a bone. And, and you devoured me. You sure dang did. Carla had the freaking mediation agreement before. You know when I saw the mediation agreement? When I walked in to sign it? After Carla ran for a freaking year from the court server? Did you bring anything up about that? Did you? Oh, no. You did say, oh, Carla, when you were no longer in the rehab, and you'd left out the part where she ran. This woman scaled fences, ran through doors while people were mopping to get out of the rehab to go to use drugs. And you said, so when you were no longer in the rehab, you totally avoided the question about how she got out. 3 times that this woman right here got her into rehab instead of prison. Did you bring that up, huh, sweet little Marine? No. Lindsey, were you happy? I swear to God, I know that you guys went to lunch after this. You had to have. Yes, let me tell you this. Read this right here. Read this. You were a part of this. Yep. Should a woman go to jail for falsely accusing a man of abuse? Yes! Yep. Liz Albert, 1000% lie. This is where I was on her porch with this. Okay? And I know you're on Main Street, and I'm gonna get back out there with my sign because this is freaking absolutely ridiculous. I've been out in front of DCF. I got motions filed on this woman right now, and I promise when they come back, felony abuse, aren't you gonna feel like a good woman? Look at these teeth. Look at the woman that you helped out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the bottom teeth. And you know what they try and tell me? They try and tell me, David, that's a fluoride treatment. There, that's a black root. That's his bottom teeth. Look at the front tooth. It's gone. There's a U-shaped. It's gone. That is neglect. That is felony neglect. You know how long it took that to happen, Lindsey? You know how long that took that to happen? A long time. They dropped my kid off to me like this, thinking that I was going to be happy. I went to Smile Works. They said absolutely decay, absolutely neglect. What is this, the rarest case in the world of a kid at 3 years old? And even after they are holding this kid down at 1 year old, 3 adults, to when he screams, they brush his teeth. How did this happen? How did this happen? You got any ideas, Lindsey? Look at those front teeth right there. I want to put those teeth into your kid's mouth, Lindsey. Yeah. This is the justice I got. This is the justice my son got. He got to suffer. Not to mention all the MRSA that Carla gave him, having to go have those lanced out at the hospital, my poor kid. She gave me MRSA too. Yeah, she got mad at me, rubbed her finger in her nose, and put her finger in my nose. 3 days later, I had the biggest 5 or 6 huge MRSA bumps. Very painful. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and she had herpes. Didn't tell me that she had herpes either while she stayed in my house for a year. While I tried to get her clean. While I tried to show her the better parts of life. Yeah. And then the doctor had to tell me that she had herpes after I got her pregnant. Now guess what? Now I'm stuck. So I just hope and pray that you are really happy with yourself. I hope that you're happy with that paycheck. I hope that you sock that money away and you're still making interest off of it.